Look, if you replace your spark plugs, right, and you feel misfiring, your main issue right here, cylinder 1, this is cylinder 2, 3, and 4. You see that little gap right there? And you see the gap on this one? Okay, so you might want to get this gap as close as possible. Just try it. Take your cylinder 1, and your cylinder 1 is closest to your driver's side. Check it out. I'm not even playing. Check it out. Hold up. All right, check out my mileage. That's my mileage, over 200,000 miles. I know what I'm talking about. This is a Toyota. Look, your main issue is your spark plugs. All right, number 2 issue is fuel treatment. Check it out. You see anything wrong with this spark plug? Man, my camera isn't zooming in. Boom. The spark plug is cracked. Check your spark plug here. So if you get a cheap spark plug like this, it usually has some G power or platinum, whatever. You get a spark plug like this, it's gonna last you about a year. Okay, so you want to get a good spark plug if you can. Obviously, you'll need a socket, right? But you'll need an extension like this to get the spark plug out. Most of you know this. It's just, you got to be careful. And a lot of times, if you don't get that spark plug on right, not get it tight enough, you think you got it tight enough, but you didn't. And you're in trouble. It won't fire right. But don't get it too tight. You get it too tight and boom. That's what no, I'm just kidding. I'm serious, dude. Okay, so number 1 issue, check your spark plugs. As you can see, this one is cracked. Okay, number 2, the gap. All right, you see this gap right here? And check this one out. This is tiny, cylinder 1. I'll tell you why I did that. Cylinder 2, 3, and 4 have a bigger gap right here. Okay, just hold on. I promise you this will save you a bunch of money. Okay, so basically, the cheap spark plugs last a year, okay? No more than a year. Original spark plugs you get, Toyotas, Hondas, last 150,000 miles max. If you're misfiring, number 1, you've got to do a fuel treatment on these things, all right? Throttle treatment on your Hondas and Toyotas. If you're close to 100,000 miles, you must. Number 2, after you replace your spark plug, you're noticing misfiring. All right, so it could be the gaps right here. This is your main issue right here. You see this? You see how close this one is? You see how far this one is? You don't want to break these off in there. I'm telling you, you're in trouble. Be very careful, but make sure they're all the way in there. And if you get them in there right, and your car is misfired, especially Toyotas, this happens a lot. Take your number 1 cylinder, take the spark plug out, and get it as close as possible. This gap here, almost touching, but not touching. Get this one as close as possible. Don't worry about 2, 3, and 4. Try it. Your car will run perfectly. I'm a mechanic, and I'm telling you, misfiring happens because Hondas, Toyotas. Number 1 issue when it comes to misfiring is spark plugs, fuel treatment, throttle treatment. You got to get that stuff in. You got to clean your vehicle out every 50,000 miles. All right, put throttle cleaner, spray some in your intake, put some in your fuel. Do that 3 or 4 times. Even if you don't have to, do it. At 100,000 miles, do it.